Okay. Think I'm good. Should be live. Should be live. Sorry guys, just doing some last minute stream editing here, but we should be all good here. Hopefully you guys can see me, hopefully you guys can hear me, and hopefully everything looks totally fine on stream. That's a big start. Usually, I mean, Huey was the one that did the majority of the stream technical side stuff, so switching everything over to me, trying to make sure everything goes smoothly. Looking pretty good so far. I tried to go live at like a minute or two early just so I can make sure everything was running smoothly. Next time it should be even better. I should have like a little bit new of an overlay too, so that should be cool stuff. I just today I have to work with what I got, but you know, that's the Top Clack specialty, making the best of it, and we will certainly do that. So, hello everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Top Clack. I am your host, Quakums, and if you haven't already seen, well, I guess on this side, it's over here. If you haven't already seen on the screen yet, man of interest, Huey, not here anymore. Last week's episode of Top Clack was his last episode for Top Clack, and yesterday was his last official day for his term at Top Clack. So, Top Clack is just me at the moment. No more Huey, no anyone else. It's just me for the time being. So hopefully you guys aren't going to be too upset about that. But, you know, regardless, the show must and will go on. I got a great full news doc for you guys today. We got a little bit of a giveaway I'm going to be opening up later on. So, you know, it's still going to be a fun time. Of course, we'll do Q&A at the end of the show like we always do. Got some cool announcements and stuff. But while we wait for people to trickle in here, I'm just going to do a short mail call. Since, you know, sometimes we do that here. But, so I got a couple things in recently. I got some Grade 0 205 from switchmod.net. That's Krellbit's store. And I haven't tried out the 205 yet, but a lot of people freaking love this. It's a thicker version, basically, of the 3204, which is also wildly popular for lubes nowadays. So I'm looking forward to trying that out, as well as the 203. I also got this sweet little adorable, awesomely colored, by the way, Alps patch. It's an iron-on patch from Jago Dinez. I'm going to be doing a little giveaway for one of these later on in the stream. We'll open the forum at least. It won't be a live giveaway. That way we can have more people enter, etc., etc. So, look forward to that if you want to win one of those. That'll be cool. And last but not least, for some reason, I got 60 Telios in today. No idea why. To my knowledge, I did not order these, and I have no idea why anyone would be sending me these. So, yeah, I honestly have no idea why I have these. So, if any of you out there sent me Telios, for whatever reason, from somewhere in Southeast Asia, please let me know why. So, yeah, free switches? Yeah, potentially, I don't know. It's kind of interesting to think about, but I'll probably wait a little while, and maybe something I forgot about or missed will come up. I have no idea off the top of my head why I have these, though. So that's pretty interesting. Not from Way. This is not a KBD fans package. I have no idea who it's from. It was sent via SF Express from somewhere in Southeast Asia. The return address is New York, which is kind of strange, but I don't know, man. I just don't even know. Tonga Tong, thank you so much for that tier 1 sub, 6 months in a row. Holla at you, boy. Hope you are all doing super well today. I'm doing pretty darn well. I've been setting up for the show for the last hour or so, trying to get things, you know, perfected. One never pays with money. That's a little deep, man. That's a little deep. But we're going to roll into our news section very shortly. Yes. Alright, and we do have a pretty full news doc today. It's going to be a good time, so I hope you guys are going to enjoy this as well. So, of course, Q&A later on, just like I had mentioned. So we'll go into that a little bit later. But for now, let's do the news. Hopefully this works. Hopefully you guys can see all this. Huzzah! Chris Fires, thank you. Wow, you're awake right now? Thank you so much for the bits. Nebulate as well. Appreciate that, my friend. Upstaged. You guys are funny. Trogdor's Arm, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Putting that Twitch Prime to work. I love it. Alright, guys. Hopefully this looks all good on stream. Okay, cool. So, we're going to start out with our first news topic of the day, which is MT3 Godspeed. So, Godspeed, a color popularized by Mito not too long ago when he launched it in SA profile, which was ABS plastic. Here he's going for something a little bit different. He opted for PBT and the fairly new MT3 profile, which is kind of reminiscent of Beam Spring. It is definitely a higher profile set. There's a lot of sculpt. It's got a nice cushion on the fingers, a lot of indentation there for your fingers to rest on, which is pretty nice. So this is going to be pretty interesting, something to look out for. Of course, in true Mito fashion, this is launching on Mass Drop, because he loves to work with Mass Drop, apparently. So that's going to be happening there. There's no actual drop page yet, but it's coming soon. But here he gives us a little breakdown of kits, and of course, you know, the typical Mito hype stuff where he, you know, does things like this just to try to build hype. He's a confident hype man. He's been doing that for a while. But, you know, we got your normal array of stuff. We have the Solar Alphas, the Apollo mods, the Ares mods, all the normal stuff that you've seen from previous iterations of Godspeed. And of course, there's pretty much any kit you could possibly ask for. There's, like, what feels like a million kits. Like, I'm going to be scrolling for a long time on this page, guys. No joke. You got your UK kits, Nord kits, you know, your Culverac, of course, novelties, and the Mycons, and all of his new... This guy loves his kits, man. Apollo Milky Way, Ares Milky Way, and of course he's doing the lunar color as well, which is pretty awesome. Although, one thing that I kind of noticed is he's not doing... Unless I just missed it somewhere. He's not actually doing the Lunar Alphas, which he did during the XDA run. So that's kind of a bummer, in my opinion. I really like the Lunar Alphas, and I'm a little bummed that he's not throwing it into this particular drop. But, you know, hey, you take what you get, apparently. PMSing Chicken, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub, as well as not G10. Appreciate that, guys. Yeah, so on screen is doubled? What? Wait a minute. What the heck? Why is that there twice? Oh well. I'll fix that. Sorry, guys. That should be better. That's so weird. I have no idea why that was there. Hold on. Bam. Okay, now it should be good. Sorry about that, guys. I tried my darndest to make everything go super smoothly, and still had to have a hiccup, naturally. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, the confidential kits might include the Lunar Alphas. Interesting. Okay, so I didn't actually read all through the thread yet, so I guess confidential kits mean things that have not been announced yet. Totally cool, totally fine with that. Of course, he's going to be doing some more Godspeed desk pads, working with Mike of Novel Keys. Very cool. He's been kind of the pioneer of full desk pads that are key set themed or colorway themed. So pretty cool. Looks like we have a little bit of a newer one here. We already have seen Godspeed desk pads from Novel Keys before. I actually have one of the prototypes in my closet. It's pretty nice, actually. I like it a lot. So here we have a little bit different of a theme. He's got these fun little lines here. I think I like the original ones better, if I'm being totally honest, but personal preference. He's still looking pretty nice. I like the colors a lot. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. Die-subbed PBT for this. Looks like these are like actual samples, too. So that's presumably the kind of quality that you're going to be getting. Pretty interesting there. Doesn't look too bad. There were some legend inconsistency issues on the previous run of MT3 Profile, which was the Dev TTY that we saw come out a little while back. That one had some inconsistencies, and a lot of people were a little upset with that. So hopefully they have actually fixed all of these, and we can get a much smoother, more consistent finished product. So that's the hope there. So I'd say this is an interest check, but I mean, we all know this is coming because this is Mito, this is Mass Drop, and he's already released official project pages. We don't know exactly when this is coming. Drop page is going to be opening soon. So, you know, soon. We don't know. But if you're into Godspeed, like I am, maybe this is something to look out for. Alright, moving on to the next topic. We have a GMK Royal Navy. So this was something I was kind of excited to see because secretly I have this kind of like crush on DSA Royal Navy. I really think the Royal Navy blue looks incredible with like the super white DSA alphas. Here, I don't quite get the same vibe if I'm being honest. I think they chose the wrong white for this, personally. It's almost more of a cream, which even, I don't know if that's actually supposed to be more true to the, like, the original colorway, or like what they were trying to go in the DSA. But the reason I thought the DSA version looked so good was just because of that insane contrast on that deep dark blue and the really, really, really bright white. Here, it almost feels a little bit more like a cream. I feel like they should have gone with a lighter white. If it were me, that'd be my preference. That's what I like to see. But, maybe some people are more into this. Anyways, compatibility looks pretty darn good. You got your ISO support. You got some novelties. You got accent keys. Those bright red accents. So, looking pretty good here. No 6U spacebar, which is kind of weird. You often see those in base kits for GMK sets, but apparently not here. They opted to try to save a little bit of money by omitting that, apparently. So hopefully that was worth it. It looks like this is going to launch at 127.5 pounds. So I did some calculations earlier, and that turns out to be about $166 USD. So not terrible for a GMK group buy price, but maybe a little on the higher side. J Shuff, thank you so much for gifting subs. Very nice. So yeah, about $166 USD for the base kit, which comes with a fair amount of keys. So not too bad there. There's a Spacebars kit, of course, if you want these accent spacebar. No 6U alpha colored spacebar. That's actually kind of interesting. Unless I'm seeing this wrong. Yeah, 6.25, 7. I don't see a 6U alpha colored spacebar. So if you're one of those rare people that uses 6U spacebar, you're limited to the accent red on this. Kind of interesting. Relatively nice looking set overall. Can't really complain too much. So the group buy started today, and it closes on the 30th. So this one runs all month, so you got a little bit of time to, decide if this is something that you're into. Estimated ship date is March 15th, which is, I'd like to call that a little ambitious. I mean, that's, what, a 3.5 month production time? So this guy might actually already have a production spot lined up in GMK for this, and just has chosen not to announce it until now. So that could be a possible thing, because that's actually a pretty quick turnaround. Shipping 3.5 months out after the group buy closes for a GMK set. So pretty good stuff there. Base kit ordered is 0 out of 135. I don't know why the MOQ is 135. That seems kind of strange. Usually it's at least 150, with custom colors being 250. So maybe he's subtracting what he's already just going to buy to maybe stock a couple sets in his store. So, interesting. Donut Cable saying GMK timeline is short currently. Okay, cool. I actually did not know that. Very, very cool. Good to know. That's weird, because it feels like so many GMK sets are running. Zombie1 asks, no YouTube mirror stream? Yeah, I actually don't have the restream set up yet. I'm sorry. I will, of course, upload the VOD to YouTube, like I always do, but I couldn't get the restream set up in time. Anyways, yeah, so that's GMK Royal Navy. Make sure to get on that sometime this month if you're interested. Base kit, ortho kit, and Spacebars kit. Cool stuff. Alright, next we have an IC for GMK Holographic. And I want to point out something first. So, This post has 128 points right now. It's at 92% upvoted. So obviously people were a fan of this, overall. So he's got a little picture here. And I'm going to be totally honest, this is really blinding. This is a very interesting render. I don't think in terms of seeing what the key set could actually look like, I don't think this is a very good render. I think we really need to see a nicer render, personally, if we're going to see how much we like this. This is the only picture he has here, unfortunately. But, that is what it is. He uploaded this 2 days ago, user Natural Pack. And this might be his first group buy, I'm not entirely sure. But he wants to try to do GMK Holographic, which is a fairly blinding kind of set. Miami Tarot, that's kind of an interesting way to look at it, actually. So, yeah, not a whole lot of information. He's just trying to get some feedback and make adjustments right now. Early IC, of course, early interest check. So hopefully we can get some better renders soon. That would be my first hope. I'd like to see someone like, Oblatsky or Zombiemon or Thesis Camper actually do like a more professional render of this. Because I feel like there could be potential here, but this picture is really not selling it for me. I'm not going to lie. But, that's key sets are always personal preference anyways. PMS and Chicken gifting tier 1 sub to Droke. Thanks, man. Hope you enjoy that sub benefit. So, yeah. Moving on to some more Keycap news. If you're like me, you probably can't understand most of this thread because it's in Chinese. But you know what? That is okay, because I understand the general gist of this, and I talked with Z-Frontier a little bit about this. And what you're seeing here is triple shot ABS keycaps. Yes, triple shot. Not double shot with pad printed, or, UV printing, or, some kind of laser etching or anything. These are triple shot keycaps. So, pretty cool. These are done by manufacturer JTK, who has been around for a little while. They've done several key sets already. So, yep, triple shot ABS in the works. Hopefully pretty, coming out pretty soon. I'd like to see some triple shots on the market. In terms of like actual like legend quality, at least judging by these pictures that they've sent us, or put on this page, realistically, actually look pretty good. Some people have been saying bad Cyrillic fonts. I'm not someone that knows a lot about Cyrillic or what it should look like. So, I don't know how good or bad the Cyrillic is on these. So, sorry about that. But, a couple of people have been complaining that the Cyrillic could actually be better. But I think that's in terms of, like font and, like, the actual, like, correct legends, not necessarily the quality of the legend. So, those are definitely different things. So, pretty cool stuff. Hopefully these come out pretty darn well. These pictures are great, though, honestly. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Is triple shot like a cool thing? Do you think this is going to be like a big deal? Do you think maybe GMK will move on to something like this eventually too? You better get good. I'm always trying to get good, man. Always trying. But yeah, I mean, triple shot is obviously something that I think this community will like and benefit from. Could have used a better color than dental enamel for first prototype. Is it bad that I actually like these colors? I think it looks pretty good. But hey, I'm just one guy. But yeah, regardless, triple shot on the horizon, something that's kind of been, I'd say it's been long overdue in our community. Sub-legends, have always been relatively popular, and I feel like they're only becoming more popular, especially with a lot of launches through GMK with the Japanese sub-legends, the Hiragana sub-legends. Those have been super popular. Tons of sets have been using them. So, I think triple shot should be a thing. would like to see more of it. Sticking with the Z Frontier train on this thread that, you know, most of us cannot read, JTK Hyperfuse. So finally seeing a JTK version of Hyperfuse. And I was talking a little bit with my contact at Z Frontier, and he was telling me that Bunny Lake, who, you know, has always been the one behind the scenes pushing the Hyperfuse stuff in all the previous group buys, more or less, is not actually involved in this set. He did give permission to JTK to run this set, so obviously there's no harm, no foul there. But yeah, he doesn't want any part of it aside from that. So pretty interesting stuff. Judging by these kind of early renders, I would say this version of GMK color-wise is probably going to be a lot like GMK's version. Like round 1 or round 2. It's not going to be like, you know, Origin or Redux or Remix or whatever the other one's called. This is going to be a little bit more like the round 1 GMK Hyperfuse, maybe the round 2, but obviously featuring JTK stuff. So the price should be, you know, a little lower than what we usually see from GMK, for instance. Aren't GMK and JTK the same profile, so it's a matter of quality? Yes, exactly. They are both double shot ABS and same cherry profile, so yeah, they're relatively similar. If you've ever used a JTK set and a GMK set, they feel not identical but very, very similar. JTK has just suffered some legend inconsistencies in the past, but they have been definitely incrementally improving that more recently, so hopefully we'll get some pretty good legends on this as well as a pretty good price. Usually we see JTK sets in the sub $100 range, which is always nice because GMK is usually well north of $100. So hopefully this will be a good alternative to that. So I actually like a lot of these add-on kits. I think the colors are looking pretty good here. You get a lot of accents and additional functionality for that. But the base kit is a little lacking, obviously, as you can probably tell. No ISO support or anything like that, so you're kind of limited on, you know, your slightly more standard layouts. But, you know, that's also to try to keep the price down here. This is actually a lesser kit than I would normally expect even from JTK, so I'm really hoping the price is, you know, down in that like $80 range, hopefully. That's the hope. So yeah, pretty cool stuff there. I don't think there's really a timeline on this, as far as I'm aware. This was like straight up posted today, so, you know, hopefully we'll get some more information on this soon. Moving on to some GMK, our buddy Oblotsky here has a little bit of straw poll, which I thought this was a complete joke at first, and I was like, I shouldn't even add this to the news docs. It's probably a joke, but I'm pretty sure this is real. So yeah, he's working on some nice GMK caps. If you remember, it wasn't too long ago that Donut Cat did the Heck GMK Keycaps, which was pretty interesting. But here we got nice. What do you guys think of nice? So one thing I thought was funny is I remember with Donut Cat, I believe, on the Heck Keycaps, he had each one of these labeled on which colorway they were, like from which set. I mean, you can probably go through and figure out pretty easily which one is which. But here, they're all just nice. Which is pretty interesting. He's got a little straw poll here, of course, in this thread. Oh, I forgot, I'm not actually linking threads in chat. I'm sorry, guys. Wow. Total fail. Let's start doing that now. My apologies. I'll have them all up in... What? What? How am I not signed in on Twitch? What the heck? Twitch, please. Sorry, guys. My OBS is playing tricks on me. Okay, that should work. So, I will, of course, have the all the links to all the news topics in the VOD description on YouTube a little bit later. Sorry for not posting the previous links before. I just kind of slipped my mind. Usually I'm not doing so many things at once during the stream, so it's a lot easier to remember, but now that I'm handling everything, it's a little bit harder for ya boy. But anyways, yep, straw poll in this thread, so you can go and tell them how nice these are. And yes, Pudsey approved for anyone that cares. Moving on to some DSA. We have an interest check for DSA Chemistry. Pretty early IC by Twixie. Yep, Twixie. He has some pretty interesting renders here. Nothing fancy, these are all just kind of KLE things. But clearly he wants a very scientific approach here, as you can tell from these legends. Very different from what we're used to seeing. I am about the farthest thing ever from a chemist. Maybe have some of the Twitch mods posting the links. Yeah, I could probably do that. I just need to remember beforehand next time. Anyways, yep, a little bit more of a scientific approach here. I'm about the farthest thing from a chemist that anyone could possibly be. But pretty interesting stuff. I like it's kind of just out there. It's different. And as you guys probably know, I usually appreciate that kind of stuff. Sweaty Eddie, thank you for all the bits. I saw the ones you donated earlier too, I believe. So thank you so much for that. So what do you guys think? Science-y kind of sets here. Chemistry. What do you guys think of these incredibly busy alphas? I actually really dig these mods. I'm a really big sucker for kind of like novelty mods, I guess you could say, like novelty text mods. So like the yield, the half-life, the charge, the decay and phase and quark, like all this stuff. Like I really enjoy for whatever reason. So if you're like me, that kind of stuff gets you every time. That's one of the reasons I like Godspeed so much as well. Pretty awesome stuff. Sweaty Eddie, thank you for even more bits. Holy crap. You guys are kind today. I appreciate this on my first solo adventure of well, not my first solo Top Clack adventure, but now that Top Clack is officially me solo. Heck yeah. So he does have some novelties in mind. Nothing drawn up on KLE yet, of course, or any like professional renders, but he has some raw, rough sketching that he has done here. Obviously very chemistry inspired. I like a lot of these actually, especially this what is that, like an atom or something? I don't know. I'm really bad at science. But a lot of these are pretty cool. I like the atomic explosion and like the beaker here. All pretty good. Pretty good. Neurowinter, thank you for the bits, man. Thank you so much. So yeah, chemistry legends. I don't understand them, but they're cool anyways. Why is he solo? Because Man of Interest is no longer part of Top Clack. He is doing his own thing now, and Top Clack will continue, at least temporarily, with me alone, and then I will potentially be bringing on a new co-host. So yeah, chemistry stuff, DSA, early IC. Make sure to show them your support if this is something you're into. Moving back to the GMK phase, we have what is probably, actually no, I'm pretty sure it is, the most successful selling colorway in the history of the mechanical keyboard community. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think this is the most sellingest key set colorway we've ever seen. GMK Carbon, of course, making a return with the GMK profile. So if this is something you've been waiting on because you couldn't snag it last time, then, now's potentially your chance. Olivia, thank you so much for the sub. 12 months in a row. Holla. Yeah, so he's got some renders here, of course. This set just launched, so we don't really have any updated numbers, obviously. But I presume this will sell relatively well. One thing that's kind of interesting here is they have some first-run production perks. When you join this drop, before it goes into production, you'll get some exciting perks. Q&A with Keycap designer Tombury, and $10 towards your next mass drop purchase, which I thought was kind of interesting. I think I would just rather have $10 off this set if I were going to buy it, instead of $10 off my next purchase, but interesting strategy. Laser is the most sellingest key set colorway. Interesting. Anyways, GMK Carbon, obviously very, very popular. And now's your chance to grab it again. Of course, there are tons and tons of different kits. He has a lot of stuff going on this time. He's got the UMCA modifiers as well as the Bizarre alphas, which are kind of interesting. This color is a little blinding when you have that much of it, but you know, maybe some people are into that. Of course, he's got the Boneyard alphas too, which I'm not sure if he introduced last time with his GMK run, but Boneyard alphas this time. This was an addition that I actually really liked here, the Carbon Cadet. So you get those you know, cadet themed alphas. I dig that. It's pretty nice. It's got some icon extensions for the bone colorway. Nordic kit, of course. Lots of kits for a GMK set, but they really want to make sure that they can hit everyone with this and everyone can get exactly what they want. Pretty cool stuff. Novelties, of course. Rolling Bones, seen this before. The Lambda kits. Warning signs. And, of course, eventually... Oh, here we go. The Salty kit. Everyone's favorite. Sweaty Eddie, thank you again for even more bits. You guys are nuts. You guys are nuts for bits. Actually, I'm nuts for bits. So, yeah. Pretty cool stuff. I like the Salty kit. That's great. Estimated ship date is April 8th, so that's about 6 months out from now, a little over 6 months out. Not too bad. The price of this drop, how much is the price of this drop? Oh crap, let me just dox myself a little bit, no big deal. Forgot that my address was saved there. Anyways, you probably all know my address anyway, so it's relevant. But the price of this drop is $159.99. Which is certainly quite a bit higher than we have seen from the previous GMK Carbon drop. So, if I'm not mistaken, the last GMK Carbon drop was $99.99, so $100 at the lowest drop point. And here we're at $130 for the maximum drop here at $1,500. So, you know, kind of a little bit more expensive than the previous drop. Could be just because of current conversion rates, or it could be, you know, maybe they just know how popular the set is and they want to make a little bit more money, whatever. You know, there's a lot going on here, though. A lot going on. I kind of want to get the Salty kit. Like, just the Salty kit, honestly. Anyways, yep. Expect this to be pretty successful. You can join it now, of course. There's 29 days left, so going on all month for all that carbon goodness. All right, moving away from keycaps. Finally, we got our first keyboard in the lineup. This is the Clueboard 66% low profile, or LP, but presumably that stands for low profile. Looks like it starts at $175 US, and you get a little myriad of color choices here. The board is quite simple by the looks of it. It looks like we have 2 steel plates. I believe they are 4mm. Yep, each plate is 4mm thick and machined to allow all of your switches and stabilizers to work perfectly. So it probably has, you know, particularly like machined holes for your switches to clip in, because normally MX switches can't clip into plates this thick. So that's probably something they thought ahead on, I imagine, to work with that 4mm plate. Of course, you have some standoffs there. Kind of interesting. Yep. It will have a hot swap PCB, so you don't have to do any soldering. And yeah, $175. What do you guys think of this? So $175 gets you your 4mm bottom plate, your 4mm super plate, which I imagine is your switch plate, your 66% Clueboard hot swap PCB, 8 custom standoffs in brass, aluminum, brass, silver aluminum, or black aluminum, and of course all of your mounting hardware and some rubber feet. So you will not be getting switches, stabilizers, keycaps, or a USB-C cable in this $175 kit. If I'm being totally honest, it seems a little on the expensive side for a skeleton kit, but you know, not trying to hate here, but that's just how I feel. But yeah, maybe you guys like this a lot more than me. I don't know. I've never been a fan of low profile skeleton kits. I just never have. I do appreciate some of the functionality and features that he's going with here. So like the 4mm plate that presumably has switches clip in. You know, he's got your hot swap there, which is pretty nice as well. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. Pre-orders open now. First productions will be made on November 9th, so I don't think there's any note of when it'll actually be shipping, unfortunately. But, you know, hopefully not too long. Never been a fan of low profile. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. Yep. Anyways, moving on to something that I found very, very intriguing is the Conundrum, a split 40% Electro capacitive keyboard. So I was reading through this thread earlier, and a lot of really interesting info. You know, split ortho with Electro capacitive switches. He has a wait, let me try to find this here. Sorry. So he's designed his own springs that are being manufactured. He said the prototypes work very well, but they were a little stiff, so he's redoing them for a second revision. He said they did work correctly with major brands, which is presumably Topra, electrocapacitive keyboard PCB. So he's tested the springs out on, you know, an official Topra PCB in theory here. So that's pretty cool that they work there. That's really, really cool, honestly. And of course, he's doing his own PCB as well. So custom PCB even. Really, really interesting. You know, this is something we don't see too often. Custom Topra is kind of extreme. You have to do a lot because it's really hard to, you know, you can't really source things like Topra's springs or rubber domes or, you know, housings or like even like specs, really. Like Topra keeps like all that shit like on wraps. They don't really let anything fly. So this guy's, you know, really going the extra mile, it seems, to put out like a truly custom Topra product. Talisman Solutions, thank you so much for the 500 bits. Holla. Very nice. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff. I think he, by the looks of it at least, he has the housings, sorry, actually just machined into the case. So that's kind of interesting. I don't think he's doing his own sliders, but he might be. I don't remember. I just read through this too, so I apologize for that. But he might be doing his own sliders, but he might, you know, there are several on the market now, obviously, with the MX Crucifix that you can purchase. None of them really particularly good, but, you know, it is an option. I'd open this I am going to open this image gallery, but it's irrelevant because it's just the 3 pictures that were already in the same thread. So kind of redundant there. But this is something I'm really looking forward to. I hope this actually goes off well because, you know, custom Topra is really, really interesting, and we've seen so little of it, even after so many years, so hopefully we'll get something cool. Something I don't really care for is, judging by at least the angle of this and the way this looks, this is actually not going to be like high profile. It's going to be kind of like a mid profile to low profile kind of thing. Just judging by how low actually these walls are. So, you know, it might be kind of a low profile look or a medium profile look, which I'm not into as much as something like high profile. But, you know, I've been proved wrong before. So, yeah, but definitely wishing this guy luck. This is Miwa. Seems to be a relatively new poster here. Definitely wishing this guy the best. Hopefully this comes out. I'm looking forward to checking out a group buy for this, hopefully. Alright, moving on. We got the Aegis left hand 1800. So southpaw layouts have been slightly more popular these days with designer reconsider it, putting out the Southpaw 65% and Southpaw full size not too long ago. And here we have an 1800 style layout, which is pretty nice. I'm always a big fan of the Southpaw stuff because I am left-handed. And I also don't like having... I use my mouse with my right hand still. I don't like having extra board that close to my mouse, which is why I like having all the stuff on the left, because it doesn't interfere with any of that stuff. So looking forward to this. He's got some nice pictures here. This is obviously, by the looks of it, a real prototype. It's not renders or anything. So pretty cool stuff there. Of course, we have 6063 aluminum. He's got bead blasted CNC'd 1.5mm brass plates. So those would be pretty nice. I like the bead blasted or sand blasted brass plates. I think they look way nicer than the mirror polished, if I'm being honest. But that's just me. Sandwich mount design, pretty popular these days. 6.5 degree typing incline. Interesting choice that he didn't just go for like 5, 6, or 7. But he apparently is really a big fan of 6.5, which could be really interesting. Who knows? PCB will be fully programmable with QMK. Pretty cool. Love to see that. PCB is 1.6 millimeters. It's interesting. Most people don't actually note the thickness of PCBs. And I don't know why this guy's doing it. I don't know what the actual standard thickness for a PCB is, or why thicker would actually even matter. But pretty interesting. We'll use Type-C, the future. No switch top opening for a tighter fit, so totally fine there. Switch top opening is kind of a cool feature, but it's not really that important these days. 19mm height at the front. There's some case dimensions there, and 3.3 kilograms built, so that's about 6.6 pounds for those of us using Freedom units. Yeah, got some layout options there. Pretty nice looking stuff, honestly. Color choices really simple: silver, gray, black, or navy. So you wanted to keep the SKUs down apparently. Starting price will be $380 US, and that will come with your case, your plate, and your PCB. So pretty expected stuff there. Prices seems relatively reasonable. You can get an extra PCB and plate for $90. So, that makes them about a $45 value each. Not too bad. Or you can buy them standalone for $50 each. Not too terrible. Shipping, a little high, but that's kind of to be expected. So this guy is going to be shipping from Australia, and rip a lot of Australian community members because they usually have to pay a lot more for things, and it's unfortunate, but it's the way it is. So $35 USD within Australia. ROW, which I'm assuming is rest of world, is going to be about $85 US. So that's a really high shipping cost. Very unfortunate, but kind of just how it is because Australia. But that things must go on. The group buy will end as soon as the MOQ of 50 is met, or within 2 weeks from the purchased form being released. Payment is due as soon as possible after invoices are issued. Lead time estimated 4 to 6 months, which I think is probably really accurate. It seems like a very real timeline for a group buy. Oftentimes we'll see like 2 months or 3 months, then it'll actually take 4 to 6. So I like the theory of under promising, over delivering more than the alternative. It is first come, first serve group buy. So pretty nice board. I like it. Anyways, moving on. We got another interesting board that I think just might have went up today, actually. Is the Hexgears Gemini Dusk, and they actually have the Dawn as well. So the Dawn and the Dusk are just the colorway options here. This is obviously more of a white-silver theme, and this is kind of a black-black theme or dark gray kind of thing going on. Regardless, let's check out the specs here. So this is... I actually talked to Hot a little bit before the show about this, and this is... It's very similar to the K-Type, It's going to be using some different hardware. The PCB is actually going to be better. It's going to be stronger. It's going to have more power. It's going to have smoother LEDs. So you have, per key programmability. You have per key RGB, hot swap sockets. Of course, it will be open sourced. The PBT keycaps, probably the exact same manufactured ones that we saw on the K-type, if I had to guess. Yeah, so pretty feature-rich board, honestly. And check out the price, $140. So if you guys remember, the K-type launched at $200 US, and it was honestly not like a bad price for what it offered. And this is, I'm going to say for most people, this is functionally going to be the same thing. And this is $140. So pretty serious price delta there, honestly. I was like, Hata, how is this so cheap? And he's like, we've been getting better at manufacturing and production. That's why. So pretty happy to see this price. I think this is going to be a real hit if it actually, they will achieve this price, I imagine. And pretty good stuff, man. Like, really feature rich. This is going to be one of those boards that just absolutely slaughters every other OEM board on the market in terms of feature and quality for like the same or less price. So pretty happy about that. Excited to see this go on. So this is actually done by Hexgears. I believe it's through their manufacturer. Kono/Input Club is just helping them with like everything. But yeah, looks good. This is a nice board for new people. Yeah, exactly. Like this is like the kind of keyboard I would buy like as a present for someone to like get them into the community, because it does offer a lot. There is no info on what type of switches we could be expecting here. So that's kind of a letdown. I would assume Kale. I would like to assume Kale, because I think that would still be really good value and fit in well with the price. But we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more information on that soon. All right, moving a little bit away from keyboards, we have a couple interesting smaller projects. We have the Stemshaver, a tool to fix box switches. So check out this beefy piece of metal. This is something that was teased on Reddit a little while back, but this is the official interest check on Keycap, and pretty interesting product, obviously. So for those of you that aren't in the know, but most of you probably are, Kale box switches had different tolerances than what we like really needed for some particular caps, like GMK Keycaps, for example, were a big victim here for some of these Kale box switches. They had higher tolerances because of manufacturer Daryu, who was working with Kale, and they wanted particular specs. And Kale was like, okay, let's just make all of our box switches like this. And so they did, and they were still a little too thick for most GMK caps, for example, and a lot of people were seeing stress marks and actual like fractures and cracks in their GMK keycap stems, which is not good when you paid that much for keycaps. But this guy, apparently didn't let it get to him, and he thought of a solution. So he has this presumably, I don't know if it's CNC'd or not. Well, it's a machined piece of metal. Looks like he used a brass here. He also made a V2 out of steel. And the idea here is you use this tool to forcibly lower the dimensions of your box switch stem. So you just push it on there, and in theory it corrects the size of the stems, so you can use them with your GMK keycaps and not have to worry about them cracking to all hell. So pretty interesting project, honestly. I think this is really good. It's going to be really good for a lot of the people that are like, that they have the Kale box switches still, like the pre-tooled ones, and they, you know, they're afraid to like sell them because they know they're just not going to get much of anything for them, but maybe they still want to use them. So, you know, here, this is probably a relatively inexpensive tool they can use to just fix all of their box switches, and, you know, things will be Gucci Mane. Neurowinto, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, so looking forward to this. I might actually get one of these, honestly. I have a fair amount of box switches that are from the pre-tooled era. So of course, most of you probably know there are retooled ones. Like if you go into like Novel Keys, for example, or Kono, and you buy box switches now, they do have updated stems that you know, you won't need this tool for. But this is for, you know, some of the slightly older stuff that's not, you know, marketed anymore, but a lot of people still have because it was going on for a while. So he does have an IC form here that you can fill out. Crap, I keep forgetting to link these. I'm so sorry, guys. So sorry. Of course, they will all be linked in the YouTube VOD later on. But yeah, pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Looking forward to this. Plans to ship worldwide. That's pretty cool. Current estimate is $8 to $10 USD tracked. I wonder, so he doesn't actually have much of a price on this? He says material costs are low. I don't know for sure, but probably under 0.5 USD. Does he mean like 50 cents? Like actually 50 cents? Because that's pretty cool. I mean, that's material cost, obviously. Not his machining in time and stuff. Took about an hour to make the first one. So kind of interesting. I mean, I imagine this will cost several dollars still. Probably like somewhere 5, 10, maybe even 15. But, I mean, even in those price ranges, I imagine it'll still be, you know, well worth if you're one of those people like me that just has a ton of old box switches sitting around. So pretty happy to see this. Sweaty Eddie, thank you again for all the bits. You are going off today, my friend. So yeah, I'm actually probably gonna try to get one of these, honestly. After the show, I'm gonna fill out this IC form. He has a little Imager album too. Let's take a look. Okay, so he has a little science here. Cool. Little before and a little after. Wow. So he took off 0.03 millimeters with this tool, in theory. Pretty cool. I mean, honestly, this is like a pretty good solution to that problem, if I'm being totally honest. This is pretty smart. Yeah, looking forward to this, man. Looking forward to this. What do you guys think about this? Is this a good solution, or like, is it still just kind of stupid and everyone should just get rid of all their old boxes? Let's just burn them all or throw them in the trash. What do you guys think? I think this is pretty good. Trust the retools. Burn them all. If it works, it ain't stupid. It's actually a pretty good way to live. Pretty good way to live. Good idea to you. Cool. Yeah. Just buy cheap keycaps for pre-tools. That's not really a solution, though. Come on. Like, it is, but at the same time, it's like, you want to be able to use whatever keycaps you want on whatever switches you want. Like, that's the kind of compatibility that you just expect from this community these days. Like, having to buy or use other sets on specific switches just because you're afraid they're going to break is not something you should ever, like, support. Like, that's not something you want. Good idea. Looks good. All right, cool. So most people seem to be in favor of this, as am I. So, yeah, make sure to show this guy some support. Join the, fill out the IC forum. Join this. Let's try to get this going. All right, moving on to the switch side of things, we have the FEI switch, FEI, I'm assuming is what that is. It's a matcha-themed medium-weight linear switch. So a couple things to note already. If you haven't seen already, obviously this is Gateron manufactured. You can tell by the fact that he says it and the fact that it says it right there. So he says the spring weight of 55 grams starting and 62 bottom out. It is slightly lighter than Gun 62. So this was actually kind of interesting to me. Normally, when you have a switch that starts at 55 gram, like actuation, the bottom out is going to be a little bit higher, like more akin to like 67 gram, not 62. So this has a pretty low delta of space between the weight of actuation and bottom out, only 7 grams. So this is actually kind of interesting. I feel like this switch will actually feel kind of like a Gateron Yellow, because that also has a relatively unique spring that has a lower gap in between actuation and bottom out. So pretty interesting to me. IMO. I'll probably try to get some of these just to test that out. I know a lot of people are really interested in that particular design of spring because like Gateron Yellows, for example, are wildly popular for their springs. Some people even harvest the springs just to use in other switches. So this could be a nice stock switch that has that same kind of feel, but you know, you get this matcha colored switch already. So I don't think he's settled on an actual design yet. He has a couple different iterations here. This is kind of like an opaque matcha bottom with a milky top. Then there's the same bottom with a clear top. Then there's a milky bottom with a clear top. And then there's an all milky version. So not sure exactly which one he's going to wind up going with. I think I'd like to see the milky top with the opaque bottom. I think that would be my front runner out of the 4 I'd have to choose. And then I'd probably go with the all milky for the second. I think 1 is best. I think 4 is second best. I think most people are probably going to choose that. All right, this is designed by Choyu. No idea who that is. Similar feel as FF Yellow. What is FF? I feel like I'm missing something there. Punchy linear switches. Punchy is the new name of the design team, formerly known as Revo. C3 tangerines and close to Telios, particularly in terms of silky smoothness and the stems. Very, very interesting. Choyu is a woman? Okay. Is she... I mean, I'm not very familiar with like a lot of Chinese designers or anything, so if that's what... if that's where she is. But yeah, good on her. Very cool. I like this. It looks pretty cool. Hopefully they go with design number 1 here. That would be my hope. The price is estimated at 40 cents per switch, presumably USD, excluding PayPal fees and shipping. So 40 cents or so for a custom Gateron switch is relatively good, all things considered. A lot of the other Gateron manufactured iterations that we've seen have been that price or more expensive. So, not too bad. FF Yellows are a popular switch in China. Oh, nice. Maybe I should get some. I haven't even heard of them. Shows what I know. But pretty excited for this. I'm definitely going to be trying to get some of these. Matcha-themed. Alright. So, moving on, we have a nice little Alps patch sale by our good buddy Jay Godinez 302. He's the one that provided me with this awesome patch. He's done other cool patches in the past. I have an MX Switch designed one that's on my backpack, as well as a Topra one as well. So really, really nice guy that does a lot of cool things for the community. He likes doing these kind of patches and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and put this doc in the Twitch chat as well. So he's selling these. Nice little picture there. $11 each, and it costs $1.25 US. Or no, I'm sorry, $1.25 for international shipping. They're $11 shipped if you're in the US. So relatively inexpensive for a nice little accessory there. I do like these quite a bit. I know we got some Alps lovers around here. Let's check out the album. Okay. So some more pictures here. Pretty nice. It's like a little Alps blue stem. A little kind of like goldish coin there. Oh, that's adorable. A little picture of Huey showing it off on stream last week. Yeah, so make sure you fill this out if you want to buy one of these. He's a good guy to support. And speaking of support, there's actually going to be a giveaway for one of these. Let me just swap back to my There we go. My normal overlay. And let me show you what's what. Where's my link? There you are. All right, so posting in the chat now is a little link to a giveaway that he's letting us do for Top Clack. What the heck? Is that the right link? No, sorry, that's the wrong link. That's the right link. All right, so this is for a little Top Clack of J Godinez giveaway. He's giving away a patch. You know, this is pretty simple. It's open to everyone. Ship it worldwide. Don't care, whatever. Just make sure you are in the Discord, which you can find below the stream, and you know, just put your username and number in there, and then you know, answer how cool J Godinez is. So if you're into this sort of patch design, then you know, make sure you enter that. It'll be open for a week. I'll announce the winner on the next episode of Top Clack. Be good stuff. It'll be good stuff. So yeah, get in there. Alright guys, that is actually it for our news doc. So, you know, as usual, we'll roll into a bit of a Q&A. So if you guys have questions, I will hopefully have answers. It's just me today. It's just me for now. So you guys got questions, I hopefully have answers. Make sure you use the @TopClack tag so I can see the question even easier. You know, and while we're waiting on that, let me tell you a little bit about our fantastic sponsors. Actually, I don't know why. I'm gonna use a news viewer for this. That makes sense, right? Sorry guys, I should have done this in advance, but I just thought of something brilliant, kind of. So, huzzah! All right, so we have 4 amazing sponsors for Top Clack at the moment. First one is Novel Keys. He's doing all sorts of cool work. He's got all the retooled box switches here, as well as some heavily discounted pre-tooled, if that's more your style. He's got the group buy going on right now for GMK Chocolatier, as well as desk pads, which he's always doing lots of. He's got the Space Cadet one going on right now. He's got Serica in stock. He's got wood grain desk pads, which is pretty freaking awesome. Oh, he's got B-stock too. Nice. So he's got some B-stock ones. Oh, crap. I'm going to order one of these. I like the Godspeed Panda. $10. B-stock. Nice. Good stuff. And of course, while you're there, of course, use the promo code TOPCLACK. It'll get you 5% off your entire order. That is 2 words. TOPCLACK. 2. Next, we have Z Frontier, who is our beast in the East. They do lots of key set group buys and proxying for all over the mechanical keyboard community. They're pretty darn awesome. They have a few boards going on right now that are about to end, actually, so I want to touch on them. I do have review samples of a couple of these. They got the ZF71, which is pretty awesome. It's a collaboration between Durgod and Z Frontier. It's a, you know, what I think they're calling a 70%. Yep, 70%, which I guess makes sense. A pretty cool board. I have one right here. I've been working on a review for it. I unfortunately will not have the review up before this closes because it closes tomorrow. So make sure you get on that if you want that. If you go with the Kale options, it's a little bit cheaper, $210. But pretty cool stuff there, as well as the HB85. That's actually about to end as well. I just got in a review sample of that not too long ago. I did a build stream just a few days ago. And this is a pretty awesome board, honestly. I liked it a lot more than I was expecting to. So that's actually ending on the 4th. So you got a couple more days on that, but make sure you get into that if that's something you are into. Hopefully I'll have reviews up on both those things pretty darn soon. Of course, next we have Kono.store, Input Club's storefront, and they have lots of cool things going on right now, including, but not limited to, interest checks for the Kira 60 and GMK Calm Depths. They have group buys going on right now for the ErgoDox 76, which we talked about last time. Looks pretty freaking awesome, honestly. Of course, they're doing the the teaser for the Gemini Dawn and Gemini Dusk that we also talked about earlier, and they have the Skog Light, which is something I'm strongly considering buying. I think it should be pretty cool. Last but not least, we have Zeal Generation, zealpc.net. Actually, if this is a good time to talk about this. I'm gonna put this link in the chat. I'm gonna share all the sponsor links in a second. I totally forgot to do that. Sheesh, I'm really not on the ball today, guys. But here's the one for ZealPC. If you notice, that link in chat is actually zealpc.net/TopClack. So TopClack now has an affiliate link for ZealPC. And there's actually a little bit of things some things I want to talk about on this thing. So first and foremost, it's an affiliate link, similar to Amazon affiliate links. When you use that link, when you use /TopClack on zealpc.net, it gives me a little bit of a kickback and kind of, shows how many orders that TopClack can actually drive to Zeal, for example, which is cool because obviously it gives a little bit more money to TopClack, and if I'm being totally honest, TopClack having money is good because that means I can spend more time working on TopClack. But, a couple people in the Discord, well, I mean like one or two people in the Discord, were a little bit worried that having an affiliate link might show some kind of bias towards reviews, for example, or just talking about Zeal products in general. And I really don't know what to say about that, honestly. Like, I always have been honest about everything. If there's a product I don't like, I tell people about it. And if there's a product I do like, I tell people about it. So just know I'm always going to try to be as honest as I possibly can, because, if I'm not, the community is going to call me out on it. Like, come on. If I say something is good and it's bad, like, people are going to drill me on it, and, like, I'm going to get flamed. So just keep that in mind. Zeal's got lots of cool products going on right now. He's got the V2 Zelios, which, I've been using a lot of, and I've been enjoying them so far. The Helios as well, I think, are pretty darn good. They're still going under a couple alterations before they launch, or before they actually ship. But the Helios looking pretty good as well. Don't have any Zalinson to test yet, but if they're anywhere as good as the Zelios V2, then should be pretty darn good. Zeal's doing some pretty cool stuff here lately, so I'm happy to be a part of this affiliate program. And just know, guys, I promise, man, I don't know what else I could say about it, but I am never going to be biased towards Zeal products, towards any sponsor products, or anything. That's not what I do here. I want you guys to have good, accurate information. So just please, please, please keep that in mind. And if you don't want to use the affiliate code, don't use it then. That's fine. But if you do want to support TopClack, from now on, when you start making purchases on zealpc.net, use zealpc.net/TopClack. And it gives me a little bit of a kickback. So just helps out TopClack more. But, just keep that in mind. Hopefully moving forward, you guys can see that I can be very, very unbiased. So let me actually put the links to the other sponsors in chat, because, for whatever reason I forgot to do that. I'm apparently really bad at linking stuff in chat when I'm focusing on actually running the stream. Who knew? So yeah, of course. That, and that. So, bam. There you guys go. Now let's swap back a little bit, switch gears here. We'll go back to Q&A. So, you guys have questions. Bam. Here I am. Hit me with them. I think there are already a couple, but let me scroll up and check. All right, Raging Asian, where's my roommate's cat? He's outside my door. My roommate's actually home now. He was gone for a few days on vacation, so I was spending a lot of time with his cat, just trying to keep her company. She's very adorable, but she's very old, too. She's like 17 or something, so just trying to give her some of that attention that she craves. Sudden Zenith asking, how much do you expect shipping to be for the TR60 to North America? What is the TR60? I feel like I've seen that before. TR60. That's the okay. So that's the integrated plate with the Bluetooth PCB combo. That was like pretty inexpensive, I think. Do they not have shipping prices on here? This group I already ran. Right? Yeah, this group I already ran. Shipping costs will be invoiced separately before shipping. Sheesh. I don't know, man. I actually don't know where this is shipping from. Triangle Lab. I think that's... Pretty sure that's Chinese. I would expect 30? Probably 30, maybe $40 shipping. That would be my guess. That would be my guess to North America. Kevin San Toast asking, what's your keyboard setup at the moment? At the moment, I'm using a keyboard that technically doesn't belong to me. This thing's a beast. These are the Kira EXS. This is actually Olivia's board. I built it for her the other day, and I'm just making sure everything works fine before I send it back to her. So that's what I'm using right now. It has lubed exclusive orange Gaterons in there. It's a polycarbonate plate. I have GMK muted on it at the moment. Lubed Zeal stabs. It's a very nice board. I'm sad it's not mine. Blammy boy. When does the GB sale end for Zelios V2? Okay, Zeal already answered. Nice. Tsushimi, Gio, and I have been discussing some remedies to that. Some remedies to what? I don't know what you're talking about. You have to let me know what you mean. Twitch chat genius says, I'm gonna be putting Zeal stabs on my TX60. Is it worth to band-aid them, or is it not necessary? I wouldn't band-aid them. I'm not really a big fan of band-aid mod in general, unless you're going for like a truly like as quiet as possible board, because they do reduce noise. So that's very helpful. But at the same time, Zeal stabs are kind of interesting. They're kind of unlike other stabs where they don't really bottom out all the way. So like you're not smacking it against your PCB like you would with a GMK stabilizer, for example. They almost kind of float right above it. So they're already a bit quieter than normally. So I think band-aid modding is a little less useful on Zeal stabs in terms of reducing sound, but I mean it might still reduce a little sound. But I wouldn't do it personally. I would definitely say it's not necessary. Man of Interest asks what is/was for dinner. I have not eaten yet today, so I don't know. I'll probably order some food after the show. I'm very hungry right now, honestly. Very, very freaking hungry. But I don't know. You guys tell me. What do I order? Zambumon asking, did you end up trying Paco switches? Paco switch. I don't know what that is. I feel like I've heard that before, but I don't know what it is. But feel free to give me some clarification on that. Sushimi saying remedies to missing links and such while talking. Missing links? Oh, that I haven't been posting them in Twitch chat? Yeah, I might have to have a mod that I gave access to the news doc to just post them for me. Because, yeah, at least right now, while I'm the only one doing the stream entirely, it's hard to do everything on the stream at once by yourself. Order sushi? Oh man, I don't have very much money right now, so I'll probably have to stick with something cheaper, unfortunately. Jace the Poop Scooper, great name by the way, doesn't tag, but asks, could you just Dremel down the bottom of budget stabs to produce that effect? In theory, yeah. I've never really thought about that. I certainly haven't tried it. But that could be a good idea. Someone with a Dremel and some non-Zeal stabs should try that and let us know how it goes. Order pizza again? I do like pizza. Order dim sum? I can't. I wish I could. There's no dim sum in my area ever. Like ever. It's awful. I hate it. Makes me sad. Get pho? I actually had pho yesterday. It was amazing. It was amazing. Someone says, relating to the Paco switches, I imagine, Hako stem, cream housing, and spring. Hako stem? How do you do a box stem in a cream housing? I don't think the box stem fits in the cream housing. Moggenius says, I think if people don't want you to be affiliated with any vendor, they should help you set up a community donation page and be the first to donate. Very fair. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, Top Clack, like, to succeed and actually continue to produce content, Top Clack really does need, like, money. And, you know, having sponsors is a big help to that. You know, Twitch helps with that as well, obviously, because you guys sub and donate bits, so that all of that is, like, ridiculously helpful. But I mean, little things like affiliate links, you know, are important too. So it's hard because, like, I really am an honest person. Like, I really, really am. And I'm not going to be biased. But, like, I don't know how to convince everyone of that besides just never getting money from any outside source, which is, like, not really how this works when you're, you know, a content creation studio like Top Clack. So I don't know what to do. Like, if anyone has good ideas, I mean, if, like, everyone's, like, really opposed to me having a Zeal affiliate link, then I won't even do it. I'll just cancel it. That's fine. That's definitely not out of the question. Like, if everyone is just like, you're not going to be able to be unbiased and you're a bad person and you shouldn't have this, then fine, I won't have it. Although, on some good news, I am working with Zeal to get a Top Clack discount for people. So please keep that in mind as well. Even if I have to sacrifice, you know, some or all of the affiliate link to get you guys a discount on Zeal products, I think that would be really cool for the Top Clack community. So keep that in mind. Look forward to that in the future, hopefully. That should be a thing. Come to NorCal for some dim sum. I wish. I really wanted to come to NorCal. I was honestly planning on it for a while, but I just can't afford it. I just can't afford it right now. I'll probably make the next one. Oh, Halo Stem Zombie Mod. Okay. I have not. So a Halo Stem and Cream Housing. I have both of those things. Yeah, someone can remind me to try that right after the stream, and I'll probably do it. Sweaty Yeti, 200 more bits. You are going crazy on the donations today, man. Holy crap. Thank you, sir. Sun Zenith says it's crazy that people expect to get free content, yet they get angry at any form of advertisement. Yeah, I mean, we have it in our sponsor contracts that, like, we're going to be honest and unbiased in any products that we review, regardless of whether they're from them or not. Like, our contract, like, is straight up simple. It's very casual and very honest. Like, we do not get money for lying. That has never been the goal for Top Clack, nor will it ever be. So, just yeah, keep that in mind, guys. Tell people to get over their irrational fear of capitalism. Oh, man. I think it's just the vocal minority that doesn't understand how the adult world works. It's possible. I don't know. Like, I get it. Like, in a way, it does make sense. Like because, you know, as with an affiliate link, I want more people to buy from Zeal because it gives Top Clack more money. But at the same time, like, if you don't want to use the affiliate code, don't use it. Just don't use it. But, you know, I don't really know what there's not a whole lot else to say on it, guys. Like, I already pretty much said, like, everything about it. Like, I want people to buy from Zeal's store if they want. Zeal has a lot of new products coming out. All the new R2 stuff, or all the new V2 stuff is really, really cool. I think it's noticeably better than all of his round one stuff. So I think now's a good time to kind of hop on the Zeal train, just to try some things out. Whether you use our affiliate link or not, doesn't matter. It's still like cool products. Cool products are cool products. We chose our sponsors based on like how much we like them and like what they do for the community. Like that's how we chose our sponsors. If the goal was just to make money, we'd have way more sponsors that we cared way less about. But like we actually selected our sponsors based on like what we thought of them and how much we liked them. You know, we've turned down several sponsors already, just because we didn't truly believe in them. So it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Kevin Santos says, I think it's entirely possible to have an affiliate link and also be unbiased. I do too. I think most people do. Most people seem to still be behind me in Top Clack in this scenario. So for that, I greatly appreciate that. Like, honestly, I do. Like, for believing in me, that is monumental to me. And like I said before, like, if I'm lying, like, obviously people are going to call me on it. If I say something's good and it's not good, people are going to be like, you were wrong. And then I'll be like, I don't know what to do. So I won't be putting myself in that scenario because I just won't be lying. I am Meru. I think I pronounced that right. It says, don't cancel any Zeal affiliate link. If we thought you or Zeal were gaming us, we would surely let you know. Fair enough. Fair enough. Shoko Aoi says, how about Aristotle stems inside cream housings? I actually might have Aristotle stems somewhere. I probably still have at least a couple laying around. That's almost like ancient at this point. Like, even in the community, like, Aristotle hasn't really been a thing for a while. If we use Zeal affiliate link enough, will Zeal fly you in? I don't know, man. I mean, it's already pretty close to it. I mean, the affiliate link is like really helpful, but it's not like I'm getting thousands of dollars here. Like, it's a percentage, but it's a small percentage. People would have to spend so much money using the affiliate link to make all that money in 8 days. But I appreciate the thought. You guys don't have to like purchase extra from Zeal just to use the affiliate link. Just, you know, next time you're ordering from Zeal, keep it in mind. Bug Whisperer says, if you could magically poof up a custom artisan to represent Top Clack, what would it be? Wow, that is a really good question. This is a surprisingly good question. Poof up a custom artisan. I don't even know. That's like an amazing question. I don't have an answer for it. It would probably be something encapsulated, and I'd probably want like Key Collective to do it. That's the info I have so far. But I don't actually know. Maybe like an encapsulated like dictionary or like newspaper. I think that'd be kind of interesting. I think you should stick with it, man. Not a problem for me. Awesome. Thank you. We are already buying Zeal stuff, and using your link is a win-win-win. Exactly. Like, nothing's costing you more, and like I said earlier, I'm working with Zeal to try to get you guys a discount code for Zeal products. So hopefully you guys, we'll keep it in the Top Clack community as well, obviously, just like we do with the Novel Keys discount code. So that way you guys can actually have a benefit from it. And that way it's a win-win-win-win-win. Can we crowdfund a plane ticket for Top Clack? I mean, it's only like 8 days away, right? Like, it's just not happening this time, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to go to NorCal. I'm not going to be able to get the days off work in time now at this point, and I don't have... I'm like really, really broke right now. So I can't really take the time off work to even come, unfortunately. Man of Interest says the only Top Clack bias is pancakes over waffles. Very true. Very true. Man, pancakes sound really good, actually. Sounds really good. I'm really hungry, guys. Talisman Solution says, I will stop contributing to Top Clack when your brand new project is to rebuild a city in Haiti. Alright. Alright. Blamey Boy says, is the screwdriver set that you had to get for your Tofu Win Keyless the Nanch small precision screwdriver set? Let me look at that link that you provided. Yes. That is the exact one. The small is the one that I got. That is the Nanch, and I've been loving it too. It's actually a pretty good product for $20, honestly. I should have gotten this one sooner over like the other toolkits that I got. That would have made way more sense. Or if you spot a Lamborghini parked behind you in your new intro. Oh man, a Lamborghini. Yeah, Top Clack doesn't make nearly that much money, man. Top Clack is like... Top Clack pays about as much as a part-time minimum wage job. Yeah, about as much as a part-time minimum wage job. But yeah, someone can donate a Lamborghini to me if they want. Absolutely. A bunch of different colored stems encapsulated. Yeah, I really like encapsulation. J-Chef donates 100 bits. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And Ektri, EQTRI, just subbed with Twitch Prime. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that Twitch Prime benefit. Can I see your Tofu Win Keyless? Yeah. So right now, here we are. I got the cyan version. Has that little brass back accent too. That's like slidable. It's actually pretty cool. So like right here, I have the port on the right side. But if I slide it over, hopefully, come on, there we go. Slide it over, bam! Now it's on the left side. That's pretty cool. So dual USB port on that. I actually really like this board. It's pretty good. Right now I have the Lube 62 grams Zelios V2. They're pretty darn nice, honestly. And I have GMK Solarized Dark on that. Did you figure out yet that the shaft extends on the Nanch? What? Does it really? Hold on. You're not lying, right? How does it extend? How do? You have to tell me how to do that, Gio. Dilbert Programmer says, sub $20 MK gift ideas as we are nearing the holiday season. Wow, that's a really good question. Yeah, we are not terribly far away from Christmas. We're less than 2 months now. So yeah, maybe thinking about doing something MK related. Sub $20 MK gift. So I think it really depends on the person you're buying for. Like, are you buying a sub $20 gift for like a hardened enthusiast, or for someone that doesn't really know about mechanical keyboards and like maybe either doesn't own one or does own one? But I would say, I don't, maybe an artisan, maybe like a Switch keychain would be cool. Maybe like maybe like a mod station, like a Switch mod station. Maybe like a stand, like an acrylic cut stand, like to display keyboards. Something like that. You know, if they don't have very good hardware, this $20 Nanch driver set is honestly quite good. That's a good question though. Good question. NGB is asking, did we go over the KBD 67 this stream? I did not. Is that something that just launched? KBD 67. Oh, whoops. Let me try to find it. I imagine it's on KBD fans, right? All right. Yeah, I hadn't seen this yet. I'll go ahead and put this in chat just for everyone to actually see here. So KBD 67 mechanical keyboard DIY kit, $189. Currently only silver and cyan in stock. Upgrade to a brass plate is plus $30. Delivered on November 20th. Okay. So we got 65%. Looks like it has a blocker. Left side USB. Looks wow. That bottom. Let me. I guess I'll show this on stream. This bottom accent is very interesting. I guess it's probably a weight technically. It's like kind of like an inside fin in the aluminum, and then the brass slots over it. Very interesting. I like that idea. That's really cool. Other than that, it looks what you'd expect from a 65% from KBD fans, which is pretty good value. QMK firmware, brass PVD weight, 6063 T6 aluminum, mini USB. So a kit will come with the case, plate, PCB, brass weight, cherry stabilizers, mounting hardware, rubber feet, and best wishes, guys. Comes with best wishes. Which, come on, you can't put a price on best wishes. That's great. Estimated ship times within 1 week, which is November 5th. That's pretty quick. So you must already have these manufactured. Interesting. Some layout options. No 7U support for the spacebar. You have to use 1.25, 1.25, 1.25 on the left side. Kind of unfortunate on some of the compatibility, but price seems pretty good for what you're getting. Maybe I'll try to get a review sample or something. Could be cool. All right, back to the Q&A. Trying to catch up here, guys. Sorry. Melodit asking, do you feel like Zelios V2 are at all likely to be too tactile for some people? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think... I mean, they're definitely not too tactile for me. I think they definitely could be too tactile for some people. They are at least as tactile as Holy Pandas, if I had to say something about that. Although, for people that lube their switches, you can consider putting, you know, either a thin or a medium or a thicker coat on the slider legs and or the leaf, and that way you'll actually reduce tactility while still winding up with a smoother switch. So I actually chose to very lightly lube the legs of my stems, and I believe Nathan Kim did a stream not too long ago where he lubed some of his as well, and he says they were too tactile for him stock. But after lubing, it definitely toned down quite a bit, enough for him, because he probably put a fair amount on there. But good question. Yes, I do think stock, they will definitely be too tactile for some people. Some people. I think a lot of people in the community are kind of tactility like hounds. Like people just always just want more tactile. So I think they should go over pretty well. I'd be more worried about it just being like kind of a different tactile experience than what most people are used to. So kind of like Topra or like Brown Alps, like the bump starts immediately. Like there's like no lag time there. You just drew right into the bump and it's like a big bubble. So it's a little bit different from like the hiccup on the way down of the press that you'd experience from like an MX Clear or like a V1 Zelio, which just isn't quite as tactile. The collar pulls out to unlock it. I don't... What? I don't know where I'm pulling to unlock this. Oh, wait. Oh, I figured it out! Oh, that's just amazing. Alright, so like that's it. Normally, when you can pull the collar up, then pull out that. Bam! That is fantastic. Excellent value. I recommend this toolkit. That's just great. Donut Cable says, any talk about the Aurora 96? We talked about it a few episodes ago when Z Frontier first launched it. So that would be win. Dilbert Programmer asking, will you be keeping the weekly news page on the Top Clack site updated again, or will the weekly news links only be posted in the Top Clack VOD? I'll do it on the website too. I'll keep that updated. I know a few people really like to see that. Biotox asks, what projects have been spoken about so far? I've catched the stream late today. A lot of things, man. Check out the VOD once I post it to YouTube, and then you can check that out. There's been quite a bit of news. All right. Looks like we are caught up. Oh, we got one more question. All right, I am Meru asking, if you watch that video of the KBD67, it looks like there's a gap between the top and bottom case for the plate mounts for the screw head, and I see a mod of neoprene or something instead of screws. Cheap DIY gasket mount? Let me go back and look at that video. Sorry, one second. I didn't actually watch the video. Neoprene, huh? Oh. Yeah, I see. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, I'm like, right now, I think gasket mount is going to be more popular. I know I've said that like a million times already on Top Clack, but I think that people trying to either implement new gasket mounts or like DIYing their own gasket mounts on existing boards, I think is going to be something really cool and really inexpensive. So, yeah, I'm very interested to see like what people come up with. So if that's what's going on here, kind of, that's very cool. I like that. Very interesting. All right, guys. Well, that looks like we are it for the questions. So, yes. What did I think about the KBD 67? It looks pretty promising for the price. So, you know, which for KBD fans is pretty par for the course. They seem to do a lot of really kind of like neat mid-range stuff at really good prices. So maybe I'll buy one of these at some point. Check it out. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Top Clack. I know it was a little hectic, but you know, we got through it. I'll keep trying to polish things up, but you know, I'm alone. I'm alone right now. I mean, I have all you guys, so that's pretty cool. But you guys don't actually help with the stream. You guys are freeloaders. Just kidding. I love you all. All right, guys. Link to the YouTube channel down below the stream, as well as the official Discord. Make sure you join that Discord because I'll be posting in the announcements channel once again the link to that Alps patch giveaway that is going on right now. So, you know, make sure to check that out as well if that's something you're interested in. And, you know, just come hang out, have a good time, talk to people about keyboards or anything else, and play some games with us. Always a good time. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure you tune in next week, same time, same place, Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific. And of course, we'll have a good time once again. I'm gonna try to have a guest next week as well. It's gonna be good. Bye bye.